Ready?
Ready. Do you like this view or should I go this way?
This is fine. All right. Mercury retrograde in full effect, Gemini new moon, solar eclipse, ring of fire, madness is in full effect. Good afternoon, truth seekers. We are here today live and in effect. I'm your host, Tishka Smith of Truthseeker Astrology, and I am here with my co-host, vegan chef Kali, and we are in the building.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Oh my God. I think we just need to laugh before we to get like all that tension, right? That builds up when you're trying to make it work. But I think we are making it work. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Yes,
I'm
we
so
are.
glad to be here this evening, June 12th, 2021. It is 5:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Not sure what's rising right now. I'm not even going to look at my phone to check. Whatever it is, it's going to be a good day. The moon is in Cancer. We're winding down Gemini season. The summer solstice is right around the corner. Just a few housekeeping tips. The description for this evening's episode is in the description box. Those of you who are looking on live or either in the replays on YouTube, all the links you need to know are in that description box. And we're just going to be talking tonight about Gemini. Gemini, the sign of the twins, the ruler of the third house of the zodiac. We're talking about the house of the mind and how do we develop our minds through our relationships with people around us. Gemini rules siblings, neighbors, immediate people around us, our local environment. And Gemini loves to gather information. And so Kali, how you doing?
Good. I'm good now.
So before we jump in and I jump into the astrology of Gemini, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself for those of us who may not be familiar with you, those of us who didn't watch episode 1 of Taurus season. Tell us who you are, where you are on the internet, and you're wagging your finger. Why? What's going on?
Those who did not join us for episode 1, it's okay. But episode 2 is going to be amazing.
Yes.
So I am vegan chef Kali. I am located here in West Philadelphia in the Clark Park area. I am a personal vegan chef, holistic health coach. I am a professional organizer, and I love what I do. And so during COVID, I decided to turn my passion, which is food, into a business. And I've been thriving actually since 2017. And I really dug into it more 2018 into 2019. And so here I am coming to you guys to give you some health wellness tips on how to be your best Gemini self.
Yay! Because Gemini deserves it, even though Gemini is always looking in 2 directions, to the past, to the future, sometimes under the table, behind the couch,
yes,
around the corner.
Yes.
They're curious, they're busybodies. Forgive me, Gemini, I may say some stuff that might offend y'all tonight, but hey.
It's all good, right?
All good. Gemini loves to get into everything and understand everything. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the sign of the planet of the messenger. So the mythology, those of you who love mythology, Mercury was the winged messenger, and Mercury was considered androgynous, which is important for Gemini because Gemini, in the text that I've consulted, can sometimes be bi. So there you go. Mercury was androgynous, so they basically like didn't take on any kind of gender identity. It was all the things. And they would deliver messages from the gods, and they would also get in trouble. Mercury was thought of as the trickster as well. So sometimes stirring up the pot, spreading gossip, spreading the good news, but also I find a lot of Geminis love gossip. They love.
I know a couple personally.
Yes.
And we get our girl talk on,
Yes.
So yeah.
They know everything about everybody.
Uh-huh.
And it's never malicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's always just, I'm just spreading the good news about X, Y, and Z. And sometimes they don't stop to check, is this something that I should be sharing with others? And so a lot of what ails Gemini is due to that. They worry a lot because they don't know, okay, so what am I supposed to keep a secret? What am I supposed to tell? I'm not sure. And then they tell maybe the wrong person. And then it's like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I should.
It's all from a place of love.
It's all, yeah, but they oftentimes don't realize that maybe the other person didn't want that information spread around town. So.
So do we have to give Geminis a disclaimer?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do. And by the way, those of you who are watching, the disclaimer to the whole thing, the Soulistic Wellness Philadelphia podcast is in the description box as well. But vegan chef Kali, I defer to you to give your disclaimer. Go right ahead.
So my disclaimer is that I am a holistic health coach. I am not a doctor.
Yes.
So I always advise my clients, and I'm advising all the viewers, to please set an appointment with your doctor, get the blood work done, go in and get your annual checkup so that you know what's going on with your body, so that then you can come to me with that information, and then we can work together and then put a plan together to put in motion the holistic wellness. So whatever is, your concerns are from your visit, or not concerns, or anything of that nature, again, we can put a plan together and make it work.
And you're good at planning.
Yes, I am. I am an organizing queen.
You are.
I drive my people crazy, but because of my skill and talent, they come to me to help them, get organized, especially in your kitchen.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yes. And Gemini sometimes can be disorganized because they love so much information, and it's coming in hot and heavy. And it's like, where do I put this? I don't know where I put this. So they call Kali to the rescue. Help me with my kitchen. I got all these things, these pots, these pans, these plates, these knives, these forks. I don't know what to do with all this. What do I do with this fork and that fork? I don't know. And then you come in and you help them sort everything out. And the best Geminis are good sorters. They're good at sorting things out, but sometimes they need a little bit of help figuring out the meaning behind the things that they accumulate. So Taurus accumulates, Gemini sorts things out. And then when we get into Cancer, Cancer sometimes keeps things longer than they should for sentimental reasons, but we'll save that.
Well, we'll say that for episode 3.
We'll say that for episode 3.
Because I also have a Cancer that's personal in my life. And so I am so ecstatic to, yes.
Cancer rising, everybody. So I can identify. I've learned how to not be attached to things because of the feelings. But anyway, back to Gemini. So Gemini, the sign, rules the hands. We touch things and get information, the shoulders, the lungs, the nerves, the mucus linings, and secondarily, the oxygenation of the blood. Now, Gemini is an air sign, so Gemini needs to be very careful about keeping the air that they breathe as pure as possible. And we'll get into that a little bit more, right, Kali, about why it's important to not breathe in bad air, it's just not good because it definitely affects the lungs. And so the problems that tend to manifest for Gemini, and this is not a definitive list. And if you all want to really dig into your own kind of research on your sign, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising people, I have links to books in the description box as well, right? And then Kylie, I know you did your own research. We need to get those links in the content as well, so people can go and do their own research as well on some of the things that you're going to share with us tonight.
Okay.
So problems that may manifest for Gemini: nervous exhaustion. So all that running around can make your brain tired, and it can make your brain anxious. So Gemini also can find itself anxious a lot. Not like Virgo anxiety. This is different. This is like anxiety about fitting in, because air signs are socially inclined. They want to fit in, they want to be popular, well-liked, things like that. And when they feel like that's not quite lining up for them, it makes them anxious. It makes them feel like, well, what about me that doesn't appeal to people? And they'll think and ruminate on that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Another problem that may manifest is weaknesses in the lungs, and also the hands, shoulders, and arms. Another thing I came across in my research was something called catarrhal attacks. Now, that is a weird word, but it basically stands for inflammation of the mucous membranes of the nasal passages. And by extension, respiratory challenges like asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, and something called pleurisy, which is the inflammation of the tissue separating the lungs from the chest wall. So I find a lot of Geminis tend to have like pain in their chest when they breathe in and out. And sometimes it's not because of the lungs, it's because there's inflammation of the lining that separates the lungs from the chest wall to keep the lungs and the air sacs of the lungs protected. So all that, is connected. You breathe in through the nose, the sinuses filter in the air and then goes down to the lungs. And then, the diaphragm pushes the air in and out. So it's just very important to make sure that you're breathing in the best air as possible. And then the final thing I have in my notes is trouble sleeping due to temperament changes. So remember I said that Mercury is like the trickster. It's like very, wing-footed. It kind of, shifts from here to there. And I find with Gemini, those mood changes are pretty prominent as well. And that could contribute to trouble sleeping, insomnia, and things like that. So anything else you want to add, Colin, before we jump into your case study about your Gemini client?
No, because I have so much to share. And my research, it's lots and lots and lots of good information.
Got it.
So I do want to say, if you don't already have a pen and paper, a book, a scrapbook, whatever you like to take notes in on your phone, laptop, get it ready. Yes. Because you're going to get a lot of information, a lot of health tips, because, as you stated, Tishka, that Gemini rules in the lungs, hands, and shoulders and arms. And then I also came across the respiratory challenges as well as the nervous system.
Yes, that's right.
So we know the nervous system is the main frame of your body. Just yes. Like with a computer, your CPU unit, that is your main frame of the computer. So we have to take care of that nervous system. And then we can talk about, going into the individual challenges as well. So,
okay. So just let's set up. So those of you who are new to this podcast. So what we do is we go from the astrology of each sun sign, and then we set up like typically what health issues that each sun sign tends to have more than others. And then we launch into a real life case study of a client with a strong factors of that particular sun sign in their natal chart. Now, I took a look at this person's chart. I didn't have a birth time, but there's a lot that you can still glean from a chart even without the birth time. So what I did, I was just looking at aspects of the sun, and just kind of getting a sense of who this person was at the core. So Kali, just tell us age, gender, kind of just basic information about the client, and what was their main issue and challenge that they wanted you to help them address that relates to them being a Gemini.
Okay. So my client is a female. She is, because of her birthday, she is a 60 plus age group.
Okay.
She is vibrant. She is definitely a people person. It's very social butterfly.
Yes.
Her background industry was in the entertainment business. And so, and stage and, plays and such of that. And so, as we get older and we live that type of life, we live the fine life, when you are part of the entertainment group, when you have your parties and, you have your gatherings. And so, as you get older, her issues now are becoming her lungs. So she has the asthma, as we spoke of.
Right.
She also has concerns of her high blood pressure. And the other issue that she came to me, main reason was weight management.
Okay.
So, because we were starting to work from home, that shift from being busy and working to shifting into working from home, we all know, when we're working from home, there's less movement. We're sitting more.
Right. Exactly.
And so her professional career stems in helping others in the drug and alcohol abuse life. So those who are in recovery. Okay. So that's a lot of mental energy that's used, when you're working from home or anywhere. That's a lot of mental work. So the other issue was maintaining a good energy level throughout the day. We have that midday slump, so when we have that midday slump, we like to do what we do, caffeine. So y'all know caffeine, yes, will give you that high upper feeling, but caffeine is also loaded with sugar. And everybody, operates differently on caffeine. Yes. So she wanted to negate that, not to have that caffeine fix in the midday. She wanted to have some better health choices and snacks and things that would give her that energy boost in the midday. And so, because she felt, lethargic. So those are the challenges and issues that we started working on. Okay. And we created the plan together. So the first plan we created together was kitchen setup. Okay. So kitchen setup.
So let me ask you a question. So did she have everything she needed and just needed some help organizing what she had, or did she want to bring in new tools?
Definitely new tools, definitely new herbs. She wanted me to come in and give her a survey of her kitchen. She was already doing smoothies. She already had the tools and some knowledge in place. Okay. So me coming in was to give her the extra knowledge and tools that she can add on, because sometimes, and I did do a video on this, that sometimes we get bored with the way we eat. And so we want to do a pick me up. We want to do some excitement. I want to, have some recipes on a back end so I can go to, because I'm tired of what I'm doing.
But that's Gemini too, though. Like Gemini likes variety. They don't like the same old thing every single day. Yeah. Unless there are other factors in the chart. They want new things every day. So how was that? Was this client like that? Like they had run afoul of, I'm bored with what I'm eating. Give me some spice to my diets, to my food choices.
Yes,
So
definitely in the smoothies. When it comes to smoothies, you know what I mean? You can get bored with smoothies because there's so many different ways to make a smoothie, because it's all about your personal taste.
Yes.
But then you also want to keep in mind what I may need, what my body may need, versus or add it to what my body may need health-wise.
Okay.
And energy levels. So when I talked about weight management, when I talked about having, clarity in the lungs, less mucus, which we talked about, the mucous membranes, the attacks that you mentioned. So, so definitely learning to change the way she ate, and eat less cheese, find another alternative to dairy, adding more ways into, or health choices into cooking dinners, because she likes her fish, but she wanted to start eating less chicken, turkey and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I came in and just wanted to give her more knowledge, more tools, and more smoothie recipes.
So before we get into, we're going to do a whole segment on the kinds of healthy changes that are best suited for Gemini. Talk me through some of the changes that you made to her smoothie repertoire. Like what were some of the things that worked for her?
So we did added more greens.
Okay.
So more kale and spinach. Arugula is good too, but arugula can be a little harsh when it comes to smoothies. Arugula is best in a salad.
Yes.
So we talked about that. We also put together some salad recipes that she can put together real quickly, because again, she's working from home. So her time, even though we're at home, we still have to conduct our work life, in the time frame in which we have. So she wanted to have some things already that she can easily put together, lunches, snacks, all of that. So that's what we did. With the smoothies, adding more greens and thinking in color.
Okay.
Berries, because Geminis should have more berries, adding more like ginger into the smoothies, or juicing, because she also had a Vitamix, which I was like, oh girl, I love Vitamix. That's top of the line. So she was already ready and prepared. She just needed a backup team.
Okay.
So we added, like I said, leafy greens, berries, gingers is definitely, turmeric, beets or beet juice is amazing to improve the oxygen flow in muscle tissue, to stimulate that blood flow. So if you're talking about which one of her challenges was the high blood pressure.
Yes.
So, we're starting to do more beets now, add more beets. And, that helps increase the nitric oxide levels in your bloodstream, so that you can perform, throughout the day. So you don't have that midday slump. Yeah. So that's definitely important. We can add beets. You can juice them, and you can use the beet juice and add it to a smoothie. Or you can have beets that already are cut and prepared, and you chopped up already, and you can add them into your smoothie as well.
Okay.
So it's just adding different ideas. And then we also talk about color, we want our smoothies to look green, yellow, orange. So, you have your carrot juice, add that into, or, juice some carrots. So those are the things that we started implementing into her smoothie repertoire.
Okay. What about salads? You mentioned salads, choosing kale for her smoothies over arugula, which is better suited for salads. Are there any other changes that she, was amenable to in terms of, really just giving an extra sort of to them salads? Because I know salads can, you eat the same salad over and over again. That's probably not going to be suitable for Gemini. They're going to get bored, and then they're going to fall, they're going to, backslide. So is there anything that she kind of latched onto in terms of giving her salads a little upgrade?
Yes, my homemade dressings.
Tell us all about it.
I had raspberry vinaigrette. I made her a sesame, because I did like a Chinese Asian dish for her, and it was sesame noodles. And so the sesame dressing that goes over the noodles, you can also add to your salad.
Yummy.
So that was another implementation. And so in her salad, you know, because she likes her salmon. So I said, we can do salmon salad, you know, just do a nice sliver of salmon. And on your salmon, the basic, what you need on your salmon is butter, lemon, dill, salt, and pepper. That is it.
So, Professor Kali.
Yes.
I know. So I know that you're vegan first and then plant-based. And since we're talking about Gemini, we're talking about lowering the dairy intake. So was she okay with vegan butter, or did she want to?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I just wanted to check.
So that was part of the kitchen setup.
Okay.
So when I come in and do the kitchen setup, we go over like what seasons are already in the cabinet.
Okay.
What we need to replace. Because some seasonings, depending on what seasons that you buy, they have a sell-by date.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, depending on where you buy seasoning.
So you mean you can't hold on to a seasoning for 10 years?
No. No. Because the heat and moisture basically cuts down the potency of that herb and that seasoning.
You mean you can't take great grandma's spice rack and just
no, not unless grandma got a fresh herb garden and she did some magical stuff with her herbs, or she made it into a nice kimchi, or you know, anything like that.
Oh my
goodness.
Can
freeze it. That's gotta be some powerful stuff the last 10 years.
So Auntie Sheila's spice rack, y'all.
Y'all better go through that spice rack.
You might want to get Vegan Chef Kali to do an audit on that, because that stuff might need to be tossed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you know, you want to keep your stuff fresh, you know, because the potency of an herb is very important, especially if you're talking about, you know, doing some holistic healing in your body.
Right.
Yeah. So you got to keep them fresh.
Fresh. Yes. And Gemini likes things fresh.
And that is very important. It's very important to keep it fresh.
Fresh.
You never know. You never have a special date.
You might, exactly. Like, you don't want to, like, yeah, I'm not going to go there yet. Part of what we trying to do, we're going
to talk about that, because some of the herbs that, you know, I found in my research, you know, calms the nervous system, you know, and so we're going to talk about all that,
head to toe.
Yes. Because there's herbs that are very multi-talented. So if they're not just for your lungs, it's for your brain, it's for your energy levels, you know. Yes. And again, energy levels is very important throughout your day. Because again, you may never know when you have that special date. Like, you know, Gemini, because you're social. Y'all social. You gotta be ready.
And just a little bit.
Like maca powder.
Tell us about it.
So maca powder is very good for your metabolism, for your immune system.
Right.
And definitely improves your libido.
Yes.
Now, if you get red maca powder,
it's for your root chakra. Root chakra.
Yes.
And Gemini, you don't want that root chakra to not act right. Mm-hmm. You need it functioning at the highest level. That root chakra needs to be.
Because, you know, we got to keep Geminis grounded sometimes.
That's right.
That air sign, they need some grounding.
Yes, but not too much.
Not too much, yeah.
And then, it gets bogged down. So, so your client, just getting back to your client, So there were respiratory issues, there was hypertension, high blood pressure. There was a concern about maintaining their energy level throughout the day, getting, especially during the midday when not just her, but most of us, we get, we want to take that day nap.
Yeah.
And let's see, did I hit everything? Oh, weight management. Because she was working at home and she had less opportunity to move around than she did before.
Right. Because she's a social butterfly.
Yes, yeah. And that had to be a challenge for her, going from working in a setting where she was around a lot of people, helping a lot of people, to all of a sudden this pandemic comes on, everybody has a shelter in place, which limits the opportunities for social interaction. Was there any like anxiety around that, or any kind of like low level depression, or was she otherwise just, she made the transition, it was fine?
Well, personally, when it comes to that, because sometimes Geminis don't always like to share everything.
But they'll share your business. I love y'all Geminis.
Yes, we do. It's all in love.
Yeah,
all love.
Please don't send me hate.
I love my Geminis. They know who they are.
Mine do too.
Yes, we love you.
But y'all can, it's like you can, it's okay going one way, but the other way is like, nah, that's not you all up in my business. It's like, oh, okay, I see how this is working. No problem.
Yeah. So I cannot clearly answer that question.
Okay. All right. Very, very good. And we talked a little bit about that just as we were preparing for this episode, what in her chart pointed to that. So with that said, before we talk about generally what kind of coaching you tend to give Gemini as opposed to other signs, what kind of changes came about in your work with this client? All the adjustments that you made, all the things you did to kind of coach her on managing her kitchen, getting the fresh ingredients, things like that. What were some of the outcomes that came about because of your coaching and work with this client?
Well, again, we did the kitchen setup. So once we did that, we eliminated some things and revamped. So we went shopping, we did the food shopping assistance. And so we went and got, the fresh garlic. I showed her also where to shop on a budget. Because again, her age group 60 plus, she does her thing, but we all have to keep in mind, we all have to have a budget. Right. And being a vegan or having vegan choices or healthy choices or just in holistic wellness, it can cost.
Yes.
But as a friend of mine told me, and I say to my clients, is that either you pay now or you pay later. But
that's the truth.
So, but I also keep in mind that everybody has a food budget. Right. So we also did that. So that's part of the food shopping assistance service that I offer, that we can talk about like what's your food budget that you have currently and what you're willing to be open to. Okay. Because there are some, things that we had to change that may cost a little bit more, like vegan butter. The vegan butter that is the best butter, I think, which is Mayoko Creamery. Mm-hmm. So her butter, that's a good $5.50 a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegan having like plant-based milk. Yeah. That can cost you anywhere from $3.50 to almost $5, depending on the brand and where you shop. Right. So, but now she doesn't have to worry about that because I make my own.
You make your own?
I make my own, yes, nut-based milk, plant-based milk. So whenever she, because we're not big milk drinkers.
Okay.
So we may use that for smoothies or cereals and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
whenever she may, she'll place an order for that.
But
So
the
we
thing
also
about
did,
it, I'm sorry, can I say this though?
yeah,
I mean, so Geminis who tend to have respiratory issues that oftentimes link back to dairy intolerances, where you drink a lot of, drink or eat a lot of dairy and it causes like mucus buildup and then it drips down into your, the nasal
yeah,
and all that. Like making those kinds of changes, even on a food budget, ends up meaning you might have to cut back on your medication. You might reduce your dependence on those inhalers, those rescue inhalers, and the other medications that help keep the airways clear for asthmatics and those who suffer from chronic bronchitis. You spend less money on like coughing, cough drops and all kinds of stuff like that because you're coughing less because you're eating less dairy, right?
dairy and meat. So we cut
And
back
meat,
on that too, and
right?
meat. Yeah,
Right, exactly. So,
yeah,
that right there is like,
yeah.
that's why y'all need to get on Eat to Thrive
Dot life.
website, that
Yeah.
life. You need to get on
Yeah.
there and book you a session,
Yes.
because you can pay now, pay later, people.
And then
Anyway,
you get to work with me. I'm
yes,
bringing the lovely food energy because I love food. I am a foodie.
I know,
And
but
so,
you're talking about healthy food choices,
yes,
right?
definitely healthy food choices.
Right.
And if you have those bad days, I don't want to say bad days. I'm not going to use bad. I want to use those days where you want to reward yourself.
Yes.
Reward yourself on having the good eating days.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
we
okay,
talked about that in
Gemini.
the last
You
episode.
can flow like the air.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yes, you can flow. I'm not trying to convert no one. I just want to help you all be your phenomenal selves. You know what I
yes.
mean? And it
Yes.
starts with diet.
So yes. So in terms of that makes a lot of sense. Just like the dairy piece, swapping out the cow-based dairy to plant-based dairy, the milks, the butters, things like that, and the fact that you make your own is phenomenal. Maybe we had to do an episode where you do that, you do a demo live, maybe for cancer.
Okay.
That would be fun.
Okay.
What about the high blood pressure? I know you mentioned beets, and I know beets are extraordinary in terms of, those who struggle with their blood pressure, elevated blood pressure. How did that help her?
So we are a work in progress.
Okay.
We're still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, maybe the next time I see her, if she's not already watching, we can talk about how she's doing in that area.
Okay.
Because those are constant works for her because, she's not totally vegan or vegetarian.
Okay.
So I would consider, if you want to coin a label on it, pescatarian.
Pescatarian,
so,
yeah.
So, but she's well aware of, these issues that I have, these challenges that I have. Mm-hmm. And she's well aware of how to do the cleansing.
Okay.
And detoxing. And then your body will tell you you've had enough.
Yes, it will.
Your body will always tell you when you're overdoing something.
Yes. Yes, it will.
Because you definitely will feel it.
Yes. So
true. When she has those bad days where she can hear the mucus, in her chest, the rattling in her chest or in her lungs. Mm-hmm. We talk about, all right, let's do some cleansing. So she'll order some this tonic that this brother makes. He's I believe in Detroit.
Okay.
But he makes a wonderful, it's called lung tonic.
Oh.
Or black lung tonic. No, that's no lung. That's right. It's lung tonic. And so the tonic that he makes, it's a cleanser. It cleanses out the lungs. So it's giving your body, the lungs, a nice wash and rinse.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. I love that.
You had to not the best tasting thing.
But sometimes the things that are good for us aren't always meant to Tastes good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's those little chemical triggers in it that's like, that makes you like me, like me, like me.
yes.
Those additives. They're like the food, I call them the food crack.
Food crack.
Yes. Chemicals.
And it
You
just
know,
lights up parts of your brain that make you, and this is important for Gemini because, you know, Gemini rules the brain. So Gemini is sensitive to this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the food crack triggers.
Yes. And you know what those are, those snacks that you just like, oh my gosh, I just can't get enough of this snack, you know?
Because they're always on the go. So they're thinking, oh, I'm on the go. I'm going from here to there. I just need a little something quick.
Yeah.
To, you know, keep my energy levels up while I'm making my way through my packed social calendar
Yes.
of Zoom meetings. Zoom
Yes.
meeting after Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting. And now with the, you know, things opening up, they're going to be back to their old, you know, running here, running there, and everywhere. And you're saying that those snacks are keeping them in bondage, food bondage.
You know those snacks that's loaded with salt and sugar and
Free Gemini.
Yes.
We're gonna free y'all, Geminis.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get y'all free. Freedom.
Yeah, definitely.
So did she struggle with snacks?
No. So that was also something, a part of the food shopping assistance and the kitchen setup and the coaching sessions. So we also had a coaching section on what snacks to eat.
Okay.
You know, for especially again for that midday slump. So we talked about Taurus with the dark chocolate.
Yes.
You know, that caffeine.
Yes.
So dark chocolate is an amazing midday snack. So imagine having a dark chocolate mixed with almonds or cashews, or they have some dark chocolate at Trader Joe's, for example, that are blueberry, key. They call it the powerhouse or power food dark chocolate snack.
Okay.
So it has a powerhouse of dry berries covered in dark chocolate.
Nice. How does it
So
taste?
that's an amazing midday snack.
Does it light up those food crack?
Yes, in a good way. It's a good thing. Yeah, right. It's a good thing because it gets those those transmitters going and, you know, getting your mind going so you can keep functioning and thinking. Because in her field of work, as I stated, when you're helping others, you're always on the call, always on the go.
Right.
You're always talking and thinking on your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you have to, you know, practice patience, you know, when people are in recovery, you know. So yeah, so definitely that mental stimulation.
Okay.
Yeah, so you definitely want the best snack for that. Avocado is another one, you know, we added more avocado. That's another thing that goes into the salad or in your smoothie.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Healthy fats.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you sit a lot, you know.
Right. Yeah. And it's good brain food, you know. Avocado.
And walnuts.
Walnuts.
Yeah, walnuts is the shape of your brain. You take out the nut,
that's
shape
true.
Of your brain.
That's true. That's right. That's right. So sounds like she's happy with the support and guidance that she got from you, right?
Yes, she's happy. We're still working together.
You're still working together. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up this case study of your Gemini client, what did you learn about working with Gemini that in terms of the type of coaching that Gemini needs as opposed to like Taurus, for example, or Cancer, for example? What stands out about Gemini and what did you have to do different from other signs with Gemini that you learned from that experience, that you're learning from that experience?
For me, it would be, and I think I spoke about this with Taurus, is patience and giving the Gemini the accountability, openness.
Okay.
That, yes, I'm the coach, but that's my job. That's it. I'm the coach. So I am giving you the ball.
Okay.
You have accountability to make sure that as your coach, you execute those plays.
Ah, okay.
So with Gemini, you give them the openness for their own self-accountability. That's the best word.
Okay, got it.
And not be pushy and bossy.
Tell me more about that.
You know, being pushy and bossy with Geminis, you got to be easy with them. Come with them. They definitely teach me how to talk with love and patience.
Yeah.
Because they are social butterflies, they can, get distracted.
That's true.
And so that's where that self-accountability comes in, that, enjoy your life, be social, especially now that we're starting to open up again.
Mm-hmm.
But to keep in mind that all the things I was doing in the house, working from home, or all the things that I'm implementing in my, better health choices and my wellness, that while I'm out, I can still do it. I just have to be a little more patient on the choices that I make.
Mm-hmm.
And same with Taurus a little bit, because we want, sometimes Geminis can be like, I want, and they can be, like you said, can be sometimes over abundance.
Yeah, like I think for Gemini though, it's the want is out of a need for variety. So they'll want this thing for a while until they get bored with it, and then they want to move on to the next thing. Whereas Taurus wants something because it makes them feel valuable. It makes them feel special. And the thing about Taurus is that they'll want that thing and they won't want to give it up no matter what. Whereas Gemini will be like, I want this thing, until they see the next thing and the next thing. It's like,
yeah,
I did want that thing, but I don't want it no more. What you mad about?
Yeah. And she keeps my creativity going. Like, there's meals that I will prep, and I'll be like, well, I'm making this. You want to try it out? She's like, no. She's like, what else you making?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like choices.
They like that change, that variety. Yeah. And
so
that's, and that keeps me going. I love it.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring back to this question was what you pointed out in terms of her already having tools in place. Like, one of the things about Gemini is that they will do the research on something, and they'll already go out and like have that knowledge. They just want someone to kind of not refine it, but definitely put it into more perspective. So did you find that to be the case with her? Like you mentioned, she already had a Vitamix and things like that she was using. She just needed a little, she needed more ideas to kind of make it more exciting.
Take her smoothie game next level.
Smoothie game, up it a little bit, so it's not here, it's like right up here, So like they always have, like they know, they like, even with astrology, when I work with clients with strong Gemini, factors in their chart, they'll already have like a basic knowledge or even like a more advanced knowledge of their chart. It's just they need help kind of pulling it together even tighter. They go and they do the reading and they do the research. They just need that help to kind of like organize and get things to make more sense. So it sounds like that was part of
definitely
value for her. Cool.
And then again, making sure that self accountability that keeps going, that momentum, consistency. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is phenomenal. And she had in her chart, there were 2 factors in Gemini in her chart. And then she had some other things going on. But the whole, performer thing, Moon and Leo, like I found that to be very interesting. And I'm wondering how she did. Did you check in with her this week?
We actually talked a little bit today. She was like,
Oh,
is it too late to talk to her and call her? I said, no, it's not.
no, it's not.
No.
There's
Yeah,
no
so
deadline.
she's gonna reach out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how she's doing with, in the wake of the eclipse that we had this week.
Yeah. So we haven't had a chance to like really girl talk yet.
Okay, because I think it was actually lining up with her son. So that'll be interesting to hear about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are going strong here. We're gonna move into our next segment and talk about general changes that are healthy, balanced, tasty, exciting, full of variety, that can help Gemini both in and out of the bedroom. Because Gemini is a very mental sign, but it's very sensual because it flows. It's gender fluid. It's androgynous. It can go all kinds of different ways.
And I know my 2 Geminis exactly are that.
They're not
excited.
They're not as, sticky in the mud like other signs. We're not gonna say whom, but they roll, with the flow. They go with the flow. They're like they're air, like you said, they flow. So one of the things we wanted to do was kind of package this segment under the rubric of Gemini is very sensual. So these changes aren't just meant to help them generally, just as they go through their day, but this is really more about how can they just be better in the bedroom? How do these changes help them be better in the bedroom? So I'm going to turn it over to you again, and let's talk about what Gemini needs to avoid and why, if they want to be their best selves in the bedroom. What do they need to just stay away from?
All right. So get ready. Take notes, guys and girls.
Write it
down. So we all know smoking, it is what it is. But if you don't already have quit, let's work on quitting.
Okay.
Because again, Gemini rule in the lungs.
Yes.
And so we want the best lungs so that we can last, we can talk, we can communicate our love language.
Yes.
Sensual Gemini.
Yes.
So yes, quit smoking if you haven't already started. And if you're not smoking, good. Don't start.
Don't start.
Increase that physical activity.
Can I say something, Professor Colley, about smoking?
Yes.
So the other thing about smoking that we know is that smoking constricts the blood vessels.
Yeah.
And with Gemini, talking about oxygenation of the blood vessels, smoking can get in the way of that, right?
Yes.
That's another reason to stop. Geminis out there smoking, you need to stop because you messing up your blood vessel game, which can, the blood flow needs to flow unobstructed to those body parts that above and below.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So not only we talk about getting that airflow, we talk about that blood flow too.
Right.
So,
and we are going to talk about the best foods to keep that blood flow flowing.
Okay. All right.
So for those who are maybe smoking but working on quitting, or for those who are social smokers.
Okay.
No judgment,
No
so we're going to talk about the foods that are, get that flow going. Keep going.
All right.
Okay.
So quit smoking, Gemini. Stop doing it. If you're doing it, stop. Just
yeah. Because
right away, but it's hard to quit just cold turkey. But
yeah,
we got some tools for you to help you step down.
Yes.
All right.
So increase that physical activity.
Okay.
As I stated. So working from home, there's so many tricks of the trades to increase your physical activity. You can use that back of that chair, do those crunches in the home, get a yoga mat and do those stretches so you can be limber. Because with that blood flow, when you do an exercise, you increase that blood flow. So that physical exercise could be, let's rearrange a room, do some room changes, because that's definitely good for your mental as well.
Okay.
Getting that flow, freeing your flow, purging, moving that energy around in your home. When you move your body, you're moving that energy around that body. So that stagnation of energy that may be building up when you're sitting from home and working from home, just do some movement, some kind of movement. So whatever it needs to do it, when they open up more, we can have water aerobics. So whatever you need to do or think about doing, even dancing in your home, put on some of your favorite music, and have your own personal dance floor, So increase your physical activity, Geminis. And the other thing is lose weight. So if you have your ideal weight, whatever that may be, you can book a session with me, and we can work together on weight management. Okay. Follow a healthy diet, which, that's also part of that good blood flow. And keep your energy up and stay hydrated. So those smoothies, those cold pressed juices. Now that it's summertime, there's plant-based ice creams out there. You have your water ice, try to keep, I know water ice is tricky because Rita's is the bomb.
Yes.
But we eat that in moderation because there's a lot of sugar. A lot of stuff in Rita's. And so when it first opened up, it used to be more fruit.
Oh, okay.
I remember eating Rita's, it was chunks of pineapple or mango or strawberry. So, things change.
Yeah.
So, So salads this time of year, it's good having good salads. Definitely think pomegranate seeds in your salads. Think in color when it comes to salads.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about that because tomatoes is on the list for Geminis to have. So
basically, all the things you're saying combat the following. So you said don't smoke. We agreed to that.
Yes.
To get movement, because it helps the brain, it helps the blood flow, it helps the limbs, all the limbs that Gemini rules. So the thing that Gemini should avoid as it relates to that is not moving around. So sitting around, being a schlub, it's probably not a good idea for Gemini. Because then it leads to weight gain. It leads to, just not having
stress on the body, stress on your mind, your mental, physical.
Right. And then you mentioned, like plant-based treats and things like that. So avoiding dairy, like staying away from dairy is good for Gemini. And getting lots of fluids.
Which is hard because it's June. We're in the summer months. You know what I mean? We have these barbecues, these family gatherings, and we're starting to open up a little bit. So we're having more social gatherings. And it always, for us, people of color, is around food.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So less alcohol, more
like do a sangria.
Yes. So if you're going to drink, make healthy choices in what you drink that's alcohol based. But if you can, try to avoid it as much as possible because, alcohol does affect the blood flow as well. Okay. So y'all got that.
So if you want to be, as we mentioned, if you want to be sensual and have that special time with yourself or your significant other,
or others.
Or others, yes. think of like a pina colada, pineapple juice, very good for the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excellent cough suppressant.
Yes.
You can boil the pineapple skins. You get a whole pineapple, cut the skins and boil it. And when you boil it for a good 30 minutes, it makes like a nice tea. You'll see the coloring.
Oh, okay.
And then you can drink that as a tea. Or
wow.
you can add it to your smoothie.
Okay.
It's good for the lungs. It's also good to detox.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in that it's the solar plex is yellow. So that solar plex where we have that creativity,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes we hold a lot of our energy there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely good to do that.
Love this. This is good stuff. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. So let's take a quick website. Shout out your website, Cash App.
So my Cash App is $, and my first name, which is spelled KALICHANDRA.
Mm-hmm.
And my Instagram page is at Vegan Chef Kylie.
Mm-hmm.
My business name is Eat to Thrive.
Mm-hmm.
My website is www.eat2 and the word thrive .life.
Right. And everybody, all those links are in the description box on the YouTube where we're broadcasting live, or if you're listening to this on the replay. And if you find this information helpful, valuable, insightful, useful, please support what Kylie is doing. Don't just take the information and do what Black folks do, hit and run.
Yeah. Can I get a discount?
Can I get a hookup? Support the sister, man.
We try and build a Black Wall Street again.
That's right.
We want our Tulsa back.
We build it. Philly has its own. We're both in Philly. We're both in West Philly.
Yeah.
So we just saying.
Yes.
Don't just hit and run. Don't come listening to the playback like, ooh, all this good information. And then you
support. If if it's not a donation now, support, book a session.
Yes. Yes.
Book a session with us.
Change your life, Gemini.
Yes. It's okay.
All right. So we just did that. We took that little, let's plug my friend and my sister here.
Thank you.
Like I said, all of the links, if you didn't catch that because your hand is too slow because you smoke.
You took a smoke break. It's okay.
You took a smoke break, and now you're trying to write, and it's like, oh, I can't keep up. The links are in the description box. Okay, people?
Yes.
All right, let's continue. Okay, so what we're going to get into next, because you talked about exercise, so we're going to talk about 3 groups of things: herbal remedies, vitamins, and supplements. What should Gemini be doing taking in terms of herbal remedies, vitamins, and supplements to boost their overall energy levels, to make them better, thinkers, communicators, and also better in the bedroom?
Yes. Okay. So again, if you don't already have your pen and paper, guys and girls, get it ready.
Let's go.
Because these herbs list is amazing. So we know, if we don't already know, herbal astrology. Thank you, by the way, for that recommendation, that herbal astrology book recommendation. So herbal astrology, yes, there it is. That book is amazing. When applying astrology to herbalism, usually we are looking at each astrology sign and seeing the unique energies and powers, right? So what I found in the herbal astrology correspondence is that you want to try and find the herbs that correspond with your zodiac sign and speaks to your needs and your personality.
Okay.
Okay. And so you want to keep herbs and plants around you, which help you ease your mood, because we talked about anxiety.
Yes.
So having plants around to ease your mood and stress. Plants are amazing. As you can see, I have my fern here.
I do not have plants, so don't judge me.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, not
it's
you.
Okay.
I'm just saying all, people who might watch this later. She ain't got no plants. Yeah,
listen, we all got our skills and talent, right?
I can grow other things besides plants.
Right.
But your plants are lovely.
Yes, because astrology, you are amazing, so she grows that, for us. Thank you, Tishka.
You're welcome.
So you want to have certain herbs and plants around you to pick up your mood, relieve stress, and even manifest wealth, happiness, and love.
Oh.
Yes. So, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
So, herbs and plants for Gemini from A to Z.
Okay.
And we have other herbs as well that are part of the tea list, because we're going to talk about the beverages and teas and stuff.
Right.
Some herbs can be teas as well.
Okay.
So, first plant or herb is anise. So that's spelled ANISE. Azalea.
Spell that.
We have azalea plants. We have a space in Philadelphia called the Azalea Garden.
Oh, really? Where is it?
That's around before you get to the art museum area. It's around that area. Actually, it's by the art museum.
Oh, okay.
Before the beginning of Kelly Drive.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful area to be around. Amazing energy. So you have the azalea gardens. You have different types of azaleas and different flowers and plants in that area. So it's definitely a perfect place to go to lift your mood and,
nice.
Stress, just zone out. That's where I go to meditate or just to ground myself in nature. Carrots. And you be like, carrot? There's a carrot plant. Yes. Citron peel, which is the lemon peels. And there is also an amazing fruit, is an exotic fruit called the citron lemon.
And how is it different from the regular lemon?
No, it's like an octopus. It looks like an octopus.
Oh. I see. Whole
Foods gets it every now and then. It's very rare. We don't get it here in Philadelphia much.
So next time we do this, I was thinking we can share, you can share your screen and actually have pictures of this stuff. So people can, if they decide they're gonna go shop because they don't.
Yes, visual.
That too, but don't hate me, Gemini, for what I'm about to say. But y'all think y'all know it all. You're gonna just do it yourself instead of getting a coach to help you. I can do it myself. Okay. And then you come back. Well, Kylie, see what I had. I did. I thought I had it right. And then I ate it. It made me sick.
Citron peel is perfect on when we talk about like that little cocktail, when you want to be social and you want to do a nice little cocktail display on the end of your glass. Yeah. What they call the not the condiment, but the
garnish.
Yes, the garnish. Yeah. And so you can put that little, like a nice little lemon peel zest on the garnish on the end of your glass. You know what I mean? And put that in your drink. So citron peel is very good. Very good cleanser for the body. Again, we talk about that blood flow. So yeah. Clover.
I like that.
Clover is a wonderful herb.
Okay.
And you remember Grandma used to make that ham and put the cloves in it?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been cooking that pork, but that's an
That's why
episode
they put
for
the
another
cloves
day.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
love
was
the
the,
smell of cloves though. Cloves smell
oh
really,
my gosh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing smell. Daffodils.
Like the flower?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
So daffodil, because their color, it lifts your mood.
Okay.
The mood enhancer.
Okay.
Stress, relieve stress. So
Got it.
having this plant in your home somewhere,
Okay.
or buying yourself some daffodils from the flower shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Dill. So we know that's a herb.
Yes.
So dill is good, as we said. You do salmon. Dill is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about dill. I think dill is on my list to talk about.
Okay.
Endev. So endev is, we definitely need a picture of the endev.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that people of color are used to eating or cooking.
Yes.
But it's in a fennel family.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a fennel, you usually see an endev next to it.
Right.
So it kind of looks like a bok choy, but it's red.
Okay.
So if anyone knows what a bok choy plant, it's like a little bulb, and it's like sprouts out like a little flower.
Yeah.
We can steam cook that. A lot of Asian dishes do bok choy.
Okay.
So endev is just red.
Okay.
Ginkgo. Ginkgo biloba.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another herb we don't talk about much is called horsehound.
What's that?
So horsehound is a herb, which we can, I would say people do your own research on that. I don't think I have that on my list to talk about.
Okay.
No. But I have heard of horsehound used in the spiritual realm.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Lavender.
Yes. Lavender is all that.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
It is not a coincidence that lavender is soothing to you before you go to sleep. It's very soothing to your skin, soothing to your senses. So we talk about Gemini, you're about the senses. Mm-hmm. Lavender, the smell of lavender, it instantly calms you.
Yeah. So that helps with that anxiety.
Definitely.
Right. Okay.
And if you want to, just have a relaxing bath with yourself, it's a perfect self-care, self-love ritual bath. Perfect to put lavender, dry lavender, and lavender Epsom salts, bath salts, anything lavender, soap, anything of that nature. Lavender shea butter.
Yes.
Lather it up with lavender.
Yes. All right.
Lily. So those lily plants, definitely a mood enhancer, stress reliever. They are oxygenization plants, meaning that when you have especially a peace lily plant in your window, it cleans the oxygen. So at night you have higher quality, better quality air.
Nice.
So definitely when you are having maybe some challenges with your lungs, you want to have that. We talked about that high quality air factor.
Right.
Peace lily is the one.
Okay.
Lily, we did mace, MACE.
What's that?
So mace, I did not do research for that.
Okay.
But it was on a list. So I would suggest to everyone who's listening to look up mace. Not the spray mace.
Right, people.
Not the mace you spray. But mace, the mace herb is part of that spray.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Say that one more time, vegan chef.
Mace,
not
mace the herb. It is a herb. Mace is a herb. But mace is used to make that pepper spray.
Okay.
that mace spray that we use.
Yeah,
But
I'm looking
I
it
would
up
suggest
now.
everyone to do their own research about mace.
Right.
MACE.
Yeah.
Mulberry. So you talked about last episode, mulberry wine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful to have.
Mm-hmm.
Oats. So the oatmeal, a lot of this controversy in the holistic wellness community about oatmeal and oats. There's a lot of oat milk out there, brands out there. It is a creamier milk, so it's best to do a latte with anybody who's into coffee. But we have to do that in moderation because of the mucus building.
Okay. So oats in moderation.
Oats in moderation, especially if Geminis have a challenge around with lungs, anything with lung or bronchial respiratory issues.
Okay.
The orchid plant.
Nice.
Papyrus. Parsnips. Parsley. So you can get that little garnish, that parsley garnish on top of your meal.
Yep.
Eat it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Pecans.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Poppy. And skullcap. Now, skullcap is another herb I suggest people to look up.
Skullcap.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can make tea out of that. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Again, that's a herb I've heard used in the spiritual realm.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I definitely suggest people to look up skullcap. So that's the first list of plants and herbs from A to Z for Gemini. So let's go into the herbs that can also be a tea or a powder supplement.
Okay.
So valerian root. VALERIAN.
Yes.
So that root helps calm the nervous system when it's overactive.
Okay.
So for that rest, if you want some rest and sleep, valerian root tea is very good. It helps with disorders, sleep disorders, and anxiety. Lemon balm.
Lemon balm.
Yeah. It smells wonderful. It helps with certain neuron transmitters in the body. So it basically, it factors in and impacts the mood and cognitive performance. So if you want to have like a lemon balm tea in the middle of the day to improve your cognitive performance, which we all know cognitive means your brain, your thought process.
Okay.
And it also helps with anxiety and nervousness.
Got it.
The other one that lots of people have been hearing about, ashwagandha.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
Ashwagandha, yes.
Yes.
So that's a medicinal herb from the Ayurvedic medicine.
Yeah.
So we can use that as adaptogen for the body, and it helps you respond to stress, maintain balance, and also is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. This ashwagandha is amazing. So I add that powder supplement into my smoothies personally.
Oh, okay. And it does help with stress. I've used it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely helps with stress. Managing the stress levels.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I get stressed out. I get stressed.
Yes. Yeah. Being a small business, yes.
All the time.
Yes.
Nothing but stress.
Yes. But it's good stress. It's good stress. Yes. Because you're building something, you're serving your community.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Holistic wellness. There are good stresses and not so good stresses.
That's right. All right. So
So
what
the
else?
next one is called Rhododelia. It's spelled Rhodiola.
Okay.
This is an anti-inflammatory herb,
Okay.
and it stimulates your nervous system. It boosts your neurotransmitter levels, and it's also reported to improve cognitive performance and functions,
Okay.
enhance your learning, memory, and support anxiety.
Nice.
Next, passion flower. Ooh.
Passion flower. Ooh.
Passion flower.
Okay.
This is another great herb for the nervous system.
Uh-huh.
So if you're having that first time date, get together, have some passion flower tea.
Got it.
Helps with sleep, anxiety, concentration issues, and even pain.
Nice.
Ginkgo biloba, which we talked about.
Talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we know the ginkgo biloba trees, they smell.
Mm-hmm.
And those buds drop on the ground and we step on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a medicinal herb, medicinal tree. So the purpose is to improve things like anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
memory, anything cognitive.
Mm-hmm.
And also helps, it's also been playing a role as research about helping better in Alzheimer's and dementia.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so that ginkgo biloba tea or the herb itself, and you can make your own tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or make your own herbal capsules. Yeah.
That might be a little advanced. Maybe one of the things you could do in a future episode is show us how to do that.
Make a capsule or herbal capsule?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I do offer that because I have horny goat weed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know about horny goat weed.
Listen, horny goat weed, if you need help in libido area and memory, but definitely in libido area.
Right.
Horny goat weed is amazing herb. And I can make you a capsule.
And you'll know what's going in it. Like you buy these supplements from, wherever, and you don't really know if the supplements are, aren't full of fillers and stuff like that. So you can control what goes into that.
Yeah.
Make them yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Chamomile. We all know that's an amazing tea.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it before bedtime.
Right.
But it also helps with the nervous system and your brain functions.
Nice.
So it is the research I've looked over and read about. Chamomile, hands down, if you are having any sleeping issues, chamomile, hence why it's on the market as much as it is, and how much is marketed is to help a wonderful sleep. So that goes into the next subject, which we have on our agenda, is teas and supplements.
Okay.
So chamomile is part of that tea and supplement.
Mm-hmm.
The valerian root, the passion flower, ginkgo biloba, lemon balm, but the rhododelia is only supplements. That can only be a supplement herb. Yeah.
So you can't make a tea with that.
No, you can't make a tea with that.
Okay, got it. I mean, this is a lot. This is a very comprehensive list, Kali. This is like, I mean, if you can't find one, like it seems like a number of them address many of the, several of the main issues that affect Gemini, like the anxiety piece, helping you relax, calm down, sleep better. Mm-hmm. So you can pick and choose. Like if you like teas, you got a lot of different options, which is appealing for Gemini. They want options. So
yeah.
So you
and I was like excited doing this research when and I'm like, oh, okay, you got options.
Yeah, which Gemini loves options.
Yeah.
Not just herbs and supplements, but partners too.
Yeah.
can't just have one. Goddamn Geminis. Always gotta have
Hey,
two
you know that
everything.
air sign, you got the twins. I
I
need
know.
one for this one, and I need one for this one.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, I'll save my critiques of Gemini
We love
for
you,
another
Gemini.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini.
We love you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we've covered T's, we've covered the fact that Gemini needs to stay hydrated, keep that mucus flowing and not where it's building up and causing problems. But we also know that eating a lot of fruits and vegetables contributes to staying hydrated too. So what kinds of fruits and vegetables should Gemini really be focused on eating?
So we got berries,
Uh-huh.
as we mentioned, oranges, lemons, and grapefruit, which
Okay.
citrus fruit is perfect for detoxing and breaking up any mucus.
Okay. Got it.
That's why they say, well, not they say, but a lot of nutritionists will say lemons, especially Meyer lemons or Meyer lemons and key limes, make your water instantly alkaline.
Okay.
But if you don't have those particular lemon and lime, a lemon, organic lemon and lime, or any lemon and lime in your water, automatically alkalines your water. But then you have that citrus in your water that will help you break up. Say if you decide, I'm going to reward myself today, I'm going to have me a cheeseburger. Or a cheese turkey burger,
Okay,
whatever.
I'm sorry, no judgment. Eat your burgers. Fine.
Whatever. If you have any dairy, anything that causes mucus, because we know peanut butter causes mucus, or peanuts, you know.
It does?
So anything that yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I know.
And I love peanut butter.
I do too.
I mean, I cook with it. You know, I throw it in, make a little like ghetto
dipping sauce.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. In moderation.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go overboard with it, and I only do it once in a while, but I didn't know it created mucus though.
Mm-hmm.
What about almond butter?
Our peanut butters. Yeah.
But just peanut butter.
Peanuts and peanut butter. Like, especially if you mix it with like a honey, like the honey glazed peanuts, and I know they taste so good. I know. But the combination of the honey and the peanut, you get the mucus.
Dang.
I know.
I know. In moderation,
in moderation. So citrus fruits are very good to break up that mucus.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And then we got turmeric.
Turmeric. Oh, that's the fresh stuff.
Yeah.
That's what people, that's what it looks like before it gets in the little containers, the little powder.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. Root. I love that.
Yeah.
Turmeric is like an all-purpose, just
anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
Turmeric is so amazing.
It is.
And so when you talk about your lungs and respiratory issues, your nerves, anything to have a good blood flow, turmeric is because it's an anti-inflammatory. Mm-hmm. It opens up your blood vessels to have that good blood flow. If you have a headache, you can put some turmeric in your water. Turmeric with cayenne pepper. I know that sounds like whoop. Yeah. But turmeric is, when you talk about the powder form, it's best activated with a pepper.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
So that activates the anti-inflammatory factors of it, the components of it. So you can do a cayenne pepper, keep it red, root chakra.
Yep.
You can do black pepper, or you can do a white pepper.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So what else? What else we got?
So we got pomegranate seeds, which I talked about earlier, to put in your salad. Drinking pomegranate juice.
Yes. Delicious.
Like that, what's that, pomegranate juice? That was really popular.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It died down, but don't be skipping on the pomegranate seeds and pomegranate juice.
Yes.
And the reason why I say that is because, again, it improves your blood flow and oxygenation of your muscles tissues.
Nice.
So people who are active, if you're doing, you're increasing your physical activity, pomegranate juice or even pomegranate seeds. You know how we used to do when we was kids? Break it open and eat the seeds?
Yep.
Yeah. Reduces soreness in the muscles. Especially good for people who weight lift. It's an anti-inflammatory. So it says there's a study that shows, demonstrates that a daily consumption of 17 ounces of pomegranate juice during your weight training or your physical exercise in the gym helps with the soreness. So like you may want to do an Epsom salt bath on top of that,
right?
But have your pomegranate juice or have a pomegranate juice cold pressed or a smoothie. Yep. Or pack you a nice salad with pomegranate seeds on it.
It's a good way to recover from a hard workout. You know, something like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And we mentioned cayenne pepper. So cayenne pepper is on the list as well.
Right.
So it's called the capsaicin, which promotes blood flow to the tissues. Stimulates and releases the nitric oxide and other vasculature compounds around your blood vessels. So it expands it.
Okay. And that's good if you have high blood pressure, because high blood pressure is about the constriction of the blood vessels.
Yes. And so you mix that cayenne pepper with that turmeric.
Yeah. Relaxes those blood vessels so they're not working as hard.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. And that's important for people who have challenges with asthma, anything with the lungs.
Yes.
And so also eating onions.
Okay, so you know what? Okay. When I saw this on the list, I was like,
eat them onions.
I love
red onions.
But you had in the notes, do it before your romantic night with your boo. I was like, okay, she gonna have to explain this one because I'm sorry.
Because onions, you have 3 different types of onion.
Okay.
So it may be 4. You have your red onion.
Yes.
So if you want to talk root chakra and love and the heart and all of that, red.
Okay.
Red onions.
All right.
You got your yellow onions.
Yes.
Your sweet onions.
Yes.
And you got your Valia onions. Dahlias, yes.
Yeah.
So, 4 different types of onions.
That's what it's called. Don't give me the line.
Yes. And then scallions. Scallions is also part of the onion family.
Yes. I love
and they make
scallions.
wonderful, cooking with scallions is amazing.
Yes.
So those types of onions you should cook with. Having your meal. So if you have, for those who may still do steak with the fried onions and peppers and all, or whatever your dinner meal is, ask for onions.
Okay.
So red onions is, I would say, if we want to score it, a 10, because they are very pungent, but they are an amazing cleanser.
Okay.
Especially for your blood.
All right.
So that's why onions are on the list.
Okay.
And because, as I said, there was a 30-day study with 23 men taking 4.3 grams of onion extract.
Oh, okay.
So that's the extract of onions, but imagine eating onions. I mean,
Fresh.
you think about eating garlic.
Yeah.
Like, you eat garlic whole? Yeah, eat garlic.
Good for you.
Good for you. It's a blood cleanser.
Yeah.
So, so when you have a meal that's loaded with onions and garlic, you want to take care of that breath.
That's when you get the parsley.
Yes. Get the get the parsley and start. Yes.
Have all the onions you want, y'all, but make sure you have parsley on the table too.
Yes.
Before you
that would
go,
definitely cleanse your breath. Or if you have a cocktail with mint or dessert with mint.
Yes.
You can eat the mint leaf.
Right. So so you can have it all.
Yes. You can have it all.
Have it all. You don't want to just eat the onions and just say, okay.
Yes.
Hi.
Right. We don't want to do that. Because ain't nobody gonna want to be social with you anymore.
I know. Yeah.
They'll tease you. She's the onion eater.
Yeah.
Because I know we used to do, I've heard that mentioned as growing up.
Onion
she
eater?
smell like onions.
Yeah. That was kind of like
So next on the list, cinnamon.
Okay.
Now, cinnamon is used for many different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's used in the spiritual world as a blessing herb, especially when around money, when manifest money.
Mm-hmm.
But cinnamon, we all know it smells so good when it's like, I do boiled cinnamon water when I do any frying. So if you fry foods, put aside, start your boil some water and cinnamon. You can use ground cinnamon or cinnamon sticks, but yeah, you boil it. It takes the smell out of your space. You won't smell the fried oil.
Got it.
So cinnamon is amazing, but it also increases your blood flow. And it's also research that cinnamon can effectively reduce blood pressure by relaxing those blood vessels, which improves, again, the circulation through your heart and your body and your brain. Because if you don't get oxygen and good blood flow to your brain, shut down.
Right.
So there's a study that 59 people with type 2 diabetes, when they had 1,200 milligrams of cinnamon per day, reduced their blood pressure by an average of 3.4, what they call MMH, which is how they measure
yes,
how they measure the oxidation in your blood. That's the best way to say it.
Right. Yep.
And that's after 12 weeks. So that's good.
Exactly.
Almonds.
Okay.
Almonds is on the list. High levels of omega-3 fatty acid. So that's a good fat.
Yes.
Lots of brain protecting vitamin E, just like salmon.
Okay. So if you don't eat salmon or any kind of like fish, you can get that vitamin
Load
E.
up on those almonds.
Okay, good.
Almonds and walnuts, because that's also on the list.
Good.
So there's, different recipes you can, when you do, for instance, when I do a berry commode or some kind of like crumble, like we do for like for a top of an apple pie, or you want to do a crumb, not a bread crumb, but you want to do a graham cracker crumb bottom for a vegan like cheesecake.
Crust?
Yeah, the crust. We will do like walnuts, almonds, or pecans, something like that.
So just I don't want to digress, but can we get vegan cheesecakes from you? Vegan if I want a vegan cheesecake,
yeah,
can I order one from you?
Yes, you can order one from me. I have 2 sizes.
Okay.
2 sizes.
Greedy and very greedy.
You have a personal, which is 6 inches. And then you have the big one, which is the 8 or 9 inch.
That's the greedy. That's extra greedy.
Yeah.
And then you get some plant-based ice cream to go on top of it.
Oh, and then my significant other found some plant-based whipped cream.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So you can't even miss you can't miss eating dairy.
They're developing more, and I don't mean developing like in a lab developing,
Right.
But a lot of companies, because again, being vegan or being health conscious, holistic eating, plant-based eating, however you want to coin it, that's the new agenda.
Yeah.
So a lot of health products are coming out for us to enjoy the same things: whipped cream, ice cream. When you talk about bread, they're still working on the bread though.
I just had a thought.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, we talking about in the bedroom, so you could take
you can do that vegan whipped cream in the bedroom though.
I mean,
Yes.
There you go.
And it's good. It's not overly sugar. It's not overly sweet. Let me say that. It's amazing. This whipped cream is amazing.
I need to.
You only need a little bit. You only need a little bit for the body.
Yeah. Oh.
1 tablespoon, maybe 2, depending on the body. 1 or 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
And it lasts.
Mm-hmm. And let me stop. We're getting off topic. So what else do we? What else?
When you get whipped cream, you know how it melts away.
Yeah, because it's got all that sugar in it.
Yeah, among other things. But no, vegan whipped cream.
Okay, so there you go, Gemini. You can't say, well, it ain't no fun. Because, you saying I can't eat regular whipped cream. I can't use. Yeah, well, we have a solution for you.
We have a solution. And you can book the food shopping assistance session with me, and we can go. Yep.
Eat to thrive.life.
Yes.
So what else is left on the list?
So what's on the list? We talked about garlic.
Yes.
And let's talk about fatty fish for those who still are eating fish.
Okay.
Like salmon, mackerel. These fats are beneficial to circulation of the blood flow.
Okay. Got it.
And there's a study that 10 healthy men did. They did a dose of fish oil, 4.2 grams of the fish oil daily for 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
That don't take long at all. 4 weeks.
4 weeks. And they improved their rest and their sleep. Disorders and, anxiety. That fatty acid is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep. Omega-3s, like for those who don't eat fish, I always suggest, the flaxseed. We talked about that for Taurus. Mm-hmm. The flaxseed, chia seeds is another one. So those you can implement for those omega-3 and 6 fatty acid.
All right.
Yeah. So also what's on the list, we talked about beets and beet juice.
Yes.
So that's that root chakra. But again, blood flow circulates a good blood flow and increases the oxygen in your muscle tissues. And for those who have high blood pressure, beets again is a good cleanser.
Okay.
Beets are amazing.
I love beets.
Yeah. And for those who are not really into like the red beets, they have golden beets.
Yeah. But red, it's just something that just matches up with the whole thing of the blood, helping the blood flow, getting that red, red boost from the red beets.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Beets, I would say beets is a powerhouse. It's definitely a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why, like on a farm, growing up on a farm, we had a lot of beets. I wasn't a big fan of beets like I am now.
I don't think anybody.
As a kid,
I mean, if I did eat them, it was because they were sweetened. Like when they pickled them, it was like you had the sweet. Uh-oh.
There we are. I'm back. Yeah, they were sweet.
Nothing to see here. Yeah, they were sweetened. They were pickled beets. Right. So we don't need all that sugar though. We grown and sexy.
Yes. got to take care of that body.
We don't need all that sugar to eat these vegetables that are good for us. Root vegetables like beets.
Yeah. Again, when you talk about root vegetables, that root chakra again, root.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that stems, you know, love, whatever your root.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and also we talked about turmeric.
Yes.
So the turmeric. We talked about leafy greens.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely walnuts. Tomatoes was definitely on the list.
Yes.
So again, thinking red, blood flow.
Mm-hmm.
But tomatoes are tricky.
Yes.
When it comes to diet. Because a lot of people talk about anything acid reflux or anything like that. Tomatoes is not, or anything red-based sauce. Tomatoes is not your fan. Right. You know, you guys are fighting. So with that, I always suggest like adding in, if you're making your own like sauce, add in some date sugar or date syrup to it to sweeten it up.
Oh.
To balance out that acidic, because tomatoes when it's cooked become acid.
Yeah.
That's why you get that acid reflux. So it's like hard to digest. Yeah. So the best tomatoes in my opinion, especially if you want to talk about alkaline and raw diet and all of that, baby tomatoes, those little small ones. And they come red, yellow, and orange.
Professor Colley, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a difference between the baby tomatoes and the great tomatoes?
No. So different, so different how they're packaged. You may say, as you said, the baby tomatoes. So those are the same ones. Okay. They may name it differently on the package.
Got it. I never understood that, but
yeah, me neither. Okay. Baby tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. Yeah. So actuality, the tomatoes that we see that grow, that's what the baby tomato is, what we should really have. Yeah. The bigger ones. Not yet. Now, alkaline, they said the alkaline based on the list for Dr. Sabi when it comes to tomatoes is the cutimos. And they're like a greenish. So when we talk about those fried green tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Tomatoes. Yeah. Tomatoes are tricky, but they're definitely, you know, you get that vitamin C. But if you have stomach issues, you got to be careful. Yeah, definitely be careful. Irritable bowel syndrome, any of those things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Definitely have to change up on the tomatoes because again, it's a fruit. Everybody says the vegetable. No, it's a fruit. It's a fruit, right. And when you cook it, the heat, that's what I say. If you want to eat a tomato, eat it raw. It's best raw. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get more of the nutrients and antioxidants, and as you stated, the vitamin C and K. And there's also a component within tomatoes, lecithin, I believe it's pronounced. I may be mispronouncing it. Okay. But if that's lecithin or lutein, something like that, there is a component in tomatoes that is it's not an anti-inflammatory, it's an inflammatory. Oh. So for those who have challenges around, like we talked about, hands and arms, muscles and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, you got to eat tomatoes in moderation. Moderation. Yeah. Yeah, I cut back on my tomato consumption because of that substance that you were talking about that actually increases inflammation. Mm-hmm. So I limit my tomato intake only to the baby tomatoes and only fresh. Mm-hmm. where I can. So yeah. Okay. That's very important because if you exercise and you don't want to have a tomato or like that V8 juice. No, yeah. You don't want to do that. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, make you eat the baby tomatoes in a salad.
Okay, got it. Anything else? Is there anything else that Gemini?
That is all, my lovely Geminis.
It.
Yes, that is it. We have come to the end.
You've got so many options, Gemini. You cannot say, I can't do it. I can't change. I can't make healthy choices. I can't. That's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
Not true.
You got a whole host of things. And here's the thing. Vegan Chef Kylie is on social media.
Yes, I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
So can you maybe make a story or something where you capture some of this information, this good information, like the herbs, like the list of herbs that you talked about, and some of the, just you don't have to go the whole thing, but just something that people can maybe check out on your stories or maybe in a post or something for Gemini, because Gemini season is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
I bet y'all didn't know that. Yeah, you did. You knew that because y'all smart. Gemini is smart. Gemini knows. But Gemini season is almost over. And it ends with the summer solstice, which opens up Cancer season. And yeah. Cancer season, June 20th. And if you follow me on Instagram, at Truthseeker Astrology, I will somehow reference it. I don't know how today. I can't tell you how. It may be a story. It may be a post. It may be a video. You can check out my website, truthseekerastrology.com. I typically do write about the solstices and the equinoxes. So that's kind of been my thing for the last few years, because I am Cancer rising and I like to track the moon. I have posts every 2.5 days. Moon be like posts, hashtag moon be like. So every time the moon moves from one side to another, I find a witty quote and then I write about it. I know my friend Kylie says she likes to journal based on some of the questions. But with the solstices, the winter solstice is the longest night and the summer solstice is the longest day. So that means we got a ton of sunshine, Gemini, where you can get out and you can move around and you can get all that vitamin D and you can go get you some fruit and some vegetables
and
at
plant
the farmer's
shop
market. And you can enjoy the summer solstice with your friends safely.
Yes. Yes.
Put your masks on, because some of us still haven't been vaccinated and probably won't. But the key is the summer solstice is coming up.
Yeah.
On the 20th, and it's going to be basically a long day. We have all this sunlight to get out and just enjoy ourselves. And Vegan Chef Kylie has provided us with a host of options and things, herbs, supplements, fruits, vegetables. Yeah. Put it in a tea. You can put it in infused water. You can put it in a pot. You can put it in your bathtub. You can put it in one of them pots, and you could you
can boil it. Yep.
You cannot tell me that there are no options. There are so many options. My head is like,
Yeah, Gemini, it was a lot of information.
Yes.
And I had, be specific, and when you gave me the notes on where Gemini rules,
yes,
you talk about the lungs, your hands, shoulders, arms, your brain, your nervous system,
right?
Broncho, that's your lungs again. So all those things is major, major.
Yeah. We need Gemini to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Gemini is the messenger of the zodiac. They tell us they give us all the tea you need and didn't even know you needed. They got it for us. So the other thing
we need y'all to get it right inside Gemini.
Yes. Yeah. So before we came on, we were working out our technical issues behind the scenes.
Yes.
I mentioned the huge event this week, the Gemini new moon solar eclipse that happened on June 10th. And one of those things you can do is as we're all moving into the summer solstice and then the Sagittarius full moon on June 22nd, is review those intentions that we set. Now, to think about the new moon solar eclipse, the effects of that are active for at least 6 months. Some say years, like 2 to 3 years. I don't know about that. I haven't seen that, but I'm not going to say that it's not true. But I have seen in a 6, like eclipses have
a
window of 6 months. So when you set intentions or release something like on the full moon eclipse, that impact goes well beyond that moment. And it goes well beyond the usual two weeks of like a full moon or a new moon. So if you set intentions on the 10th, you're going to be seeing that unfold over the next 6 months. But you have the Sagittarius full moon coming up on the 22nd, where you can kind of review kind of what you set as far as your intentions on the new moon.
Yeah.
And use that Sagittarian energy to make sense of it all.
Okay.
To take that knowledge and transform it into meaning.
Yeah.
So what does it mean in terms of the intentions that you set? Does it help you increase your faith in something? Does it help you understand something a little bit more deeply? Like what we presented today. Is all this information going to help you be a better Gemini? And what does it mean to be a better Gemini?
To be a better person in this world.
Be a better person in the world, in your social circle.
Yeah.
On your, even with your siblings, because siblings is important for Gemini. What does it mean to be a good sibling? What does it mean to be a good neighbor? Those questions may come up on the 22nd with the full moon. It'll be the first lunar transit after the summer solstice, after the new moon eclipse on the 10th. So a lot's going on, but then the big event that Gemini needs to be aware of also happens on the 22nd. Mercury stations direct in Gemini. And this Mercury retrograde seems to have caused a lot of confusion and havoc because Mercury has been making this really tense aspect to Neptune. That took place last weekend, actually. And so Neptune and Mercury come together and makes things confusing. So now on the 22nd, we can kind of sort through all the confusion and start making sense of things in terms of just the details of what it is we're concerning ourselves with. And that's important for you, Gemini, because we got vegan chef Kylie here, and she the real deal. And stop listening to all them hucksters and all them frauds. No, I'm just playing.
Yes, there's a lot of holistic wellness. That's just, again, the agenda now, you know what I mean? And especially, should we say post-COVID? I don't know.
No, we still COVID. We
still, and so even if once we get past this, the new normal is holistic wellness.
Yes.
That's the new normal, because we got to be right in sight, mind, body, and spirit, because what's going on, we got to be aware.
Right.
And we got to protect ourselves, and so your immune system is very important to keep that going. Mm-hmm. Having a stress-free life as much as possible is very important. Being at that mood where, I'm not saying be happy all the time, because sometimes you got to curse people out. You got to get with them.
I was going to say, I have a late relative who was a Gemini. And this relative was cuss you out royalty. This relative could cuss you out in letters, phone calls,
sign language,
like Japanese
yeah,
script. It was like this relative took it to an art form. Like you got one of their like patented letters, you knew it was gonna be something. But yeah, it's like in this season we're in, as we're wrapping up Gemini season, it's really about making better choices and being very mindful of the options that are out there. There's going to be a lot of people saying this option is better, this option is better. And the thing about it is there are hidden agendas. And I think that's what you're referring to, Kylie, in terms of hidden agendas. That's Mercury, Neptune. Anytime Neptune shows up, there's always something underneath the surface that you can't see that could be deceptive, could be misleading. You just have to be, use your Gemini and, sixth sense to figure it out. But please don't curse people out when you find out that they would. Don't be like my relative who could cuss you out in 8 languages. Don't either.
Because most times you already know the answer.
Exactly.
Whatever I say universe, but the ancestors, whomever, however, your most high, whatever. But that gut intuition.
Right. Exactly.
That sixth sense that you spoke, Geminis have. Something ain't right.
Right.
Observe. Use that other sense, your eyes.
Yeah.
To observe.
All that.
Yeah.
So those are the major things that are the astrological transits that Gemini should be aware of. So I would say like between now and like mid-July, because it's going to take some time for Mercury to turn around and cover all those degrees he retrograded over before he hits new territory. That's going to be a really good time to really really integrate what we've learned over the last 3 weeks with Mercury retrograding. What have you learned, and how can we do better? How can we do better? How can we think more clearly? How can we use the insights gained from our 6 senses to do better, make better decisions, be better people, make better choices, things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Shout out to my daughter who loves to say that. Nothing too crazy, Mom. Nothing too crazy. All right, that's good. So we're coming to the end, but before we do that, we like to talk about what's coming up next. Episode 3, Cancer season.
Yeah.
Crab.
Yeah.
Walk sideways. Never comes straight forward, but Cancer is a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs like to get things started. I just want to make that clear. Don't sleep on Cancer. You may think Cancer is a pushover. Cancer is not a pushover. Cancer will defend their family, their heritage.
Yes.
They may not step up for much else, but come after their family and see what happened.
Yes. Woo.
And I'll just leave it at that. But we should have an interesting episode. I'm really looking forward to talking about Cancer. I'm a Cancer rising person. Cancer rising is the only water in my chart. So I struggle with my emotions, but Cancer can be very emotional, which is good because it's important to be emotional about everything that it has learned and assimilated over the first 3 signs, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Cancer is now like, I know things. And so now I'm going to take these things and protect my family and my heritage and my past and my roots, so we don't lose this information. And where this shows up in the body, the breast, the stomach, things like that, we'll be talking about that next episode. So you will not want to miss
boy, no,
this.
you don't. Ooh, I got one for you. I got, like I said, personally have a cancer in my life. And everything you just said.
Tell your cancer client, I love you. Don't be mad at us. I'm just putting it out there early. Don't be mad.
I love y'all because we vibe, because Scorpio's is emotional too.
Right.
And yeah, another water sign. So it's like, and it's funny because our dynamic emotion is different in some aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can go from 0
to what the heck just happened here?
Yes, I'll be like, okay, let's take it back. But you gotta think of the crab,
Yes.
What does crabs do when you got them pinned up? What they gonna do?
Oh, they gonna come at you with them pincers.
Come at you, so you gotta be careful, and it hurts.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah, don't sleep on cancer. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
But cancer,
wonderful people.
Yeah,
beautiful people. Wonderful. Oh, I love
So that's what's coming up next. So if you follow us both on Instagram, the links are in the description box. I'm going to be making more videos, y'all. So just bear with me. Cancer rising, coming out of the shell here.
Yeah.
Making more videos to get y'all excited about this content. Soulistic Wellness Philadelphia, hashtag Soulistic Wellness PHL in the building.
Yes.
And we are bringing health and wellness with a twist. We bringing it with a twist. We talking about sun sign astrology, but I should say and sun sign astrology and how to be better. Because the goal of the sun sign, we're always evolving to our highest self. And so part of that is being our best selves, physically, mentally. And Vegan Chef Callie brings us that knowledge to help us do that. And so I want to thank you, Vegan Chef Callie, for blessing us today, gracing us today with all these great tips for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals. Before we close out, do you have any final words?
Well, stay tuned for Vegan Chef Callie. We're doing pop-ups. We did one for May for Memorial Day. So we're still working out what we should do for June, because we have Juneteenth coming up.
That's right.
Juneteenth is coming up. So instead of celebrating, to each his own, but I'd rather celebrate Juneteenth. 4th of July, Juneteenth is for me. So Juneteenth, we may do a Juneteenth pop-up. We'll see, because we have to celebrate one of my Gemini's birthday in June. Okay. So we may do something. So stay tuned for that on my Instagram at Vegan Chef Callie. All right. And Facebook. I have a Facebook webpage and site as well. And so that is my full name. Right. So we're going to spell it for you. KALICHANDRA. And my last name is Taylor. So that's my Facebook page. And so you can look for that as well. A pop-up for June.
Yeah. And we need to figure out how to live stream to all 3 platforms. So we've been live streaming to YouTube for these first 2 episodes, but you have a following on Facebook. I have a following on Facebook, and we don't want to leave the Facebook people hanging. And we both have followings on IG, and so we don't want to leave them hanging too. So we're going to work behind the scenes to really try to figure out how to get this content to as many platforms as we can, because I think that our community could really benefit from it.
Yeah.
And, it's just good to be able to juggle all these different,
Yeah.
because that's what we do, small business people. We
Yeah.
juggle all kinds of things. But yeah, follow Kylie on social media, on her Facebook, her IG, sign up to be a Patreon, throw her some cash app funds if you are blessed and able. But in the meantime,
Book a session.
book a session. Can you do that? Can you do that on your website?
Yes, you can. And you can also book a session on my Instagram page. I have a book now button on my Vegan Chef Kylie page.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So now you really don't have an excuse.
You have no excuse to get in contact with me, Lucy.
I mean, got all these options, and then I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I try to cover all the options.
Right. So
I cover all the options because this gift, my gifts and talents are supposed to share. That's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to share these gifts and talents. But we also want to build, I don't know about you, but generational wealth. We have children.
That's right.
We want to leave a legacy behind, but we have children. We want to leave a legacy behind as well. And for you, we want to also, leave a legacy of health and wellness and astrology and how to use that magic.
Right.
To be your best self.
Right.
Because our ancestors did that. Our forefathers did that.
Right. That's right. I mean, we come from a long tradition of using the stars to help guide our way, using, herbs and the natural gifts from our Mother Earth to enrich our lives, to enrich our health. And there's no reason to stop doing it in 2021. Matter of fact, it's a good idea to double down on it.
Yeah, increase. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, all right. So that is it for today. Episode 2, Gemini season. We are so glad that you popped in, or if you're listening to the playback, thank you so much for that. And we will see you next month.
Yeah.
Next month.
Cancer season. We got to talk about the cancers.
Talking about Cancer season.
Yes, episode 3.
Episode 3. We are pushing on, people. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, let's keep the conversation going on social media. We're happy to engage with you and all that good stuff. In the meantime, enjoy your evening. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.